All right, so let's talk about this story. This gentleman shared a story on Clubhouse and abroad divorce. This abroad divorce topic is a gift that keeps giving. It never ends. There's tons of story. People with extremely terrible experiences, and they are the loudest on the internet right now. And unfortunately, we have to start tackling it because of the experience they've had. They tend to generalize and they tend to assume that the rest of the world is going to go through their very own example. Okay. Oh, by the way, Lola is going to be live with me in about 15 minutes, and then we'll dive into the next segment. So that's gonna be fun. And but anyway, let's go here. She's separated for 4 years now. Okay. They dated for 2 years. They were together for 2 years altogether. Okay. He thinks marriage is a scam in America. You see, they have the same talking points. They never met. Oh, it's just that these experiences makes them feel that marriage is a scam in America. When they Google that what happened and they start looking for a solution, guess what they're going to stumble into? They will stumble into this extreme echo chambers on the internet. Okay, either man or woman, it doesn't matter. Okay. He says, I became a slave because I was trying to get my document. Wait. Screech. He became a slave because he was trying to get his document. At that point, we now have some serious question to ask him. I mean, he was going on and on and on and on, and he was basically trying to educate people on what to avoid. Yes, he was trying to educate people on what to avoid. There's more. So he goes, he say, she's 41 and he's 44. The man is telling the story, right? So I just picked some important points out of there. And then he told the story of how a Jamaican girl slipped her number. They went to a Jamaican restaurant, and a Jamaican girl, because he's a fine boy, according to him, the way he describes it, he's a fine boy, no people, so kind of like they like him. Those American girls, they like him, right? Chocolate, exotic, African, motombo. Anyway, a Jamaican girl slipped her phone number into his hands, and then when he got home, it looks like I'm paraphrasing a little bit. There's some argument or something like that, and then he wanted to make a point to his American wife that this is what's happening, and I'm very this is honesty, right? Honesty is the best policy, right? He said, I'm very faithful to you. Even there's this chick that just slipped a number into my hands, and then when he said that, he got into even more trouble, right? So basically, he ended up marrying this American wife who is not secure, who doesn't feel secure, is insecure. Okay, we're not gonna blame him for her own insecurities, right? So she ended up placing a tracker on his car, okay? And then he was also fathering the baby. He was fathering this woman's baby. Like, she had babies from before. So he got with somebody who is a single mother, basically. And then he ended up, I said, the baby said she's in love with a puppy love. The baby said something like she's some kind of puppy love at high school. And then he decided to butt in as a father figure and say, you are so young. Why? That doesn't make any sense. You don't have time for boyfriends at the age of 15 years old. You don't have any time for that. He decided to butt in. But, the American girl, she showed him Pepe, like, don't you ever put your mouth into my baby stuff again. Okay. So now he claims he hardly trusts women. He said trust is very difficult for him. He says her family came looking for him, that he's a good man. That's why we're talking about the topic. Because again, he thinks because the family thinks he's a good man, that means he's competent for that relationship. Competency and being a good person is two different things. I keep telling you. It's supposed to be marriage. It's supposed to be automatic, original competency fall from the sky. No, it is not. And you can see that everywhere. Okay. Anyway, at times I get kicked out of my own bedroom. If you're too good to them, it's a problem. A quote. That's a quote from him. He said they get bored easily and start drama unnecessarily. He said everything is all about her. Like all women. He had it like all women. Ladies. Oh, Benry. He says her and her baby daddy were best of friends. People started to question. I said, maybe she still has something for her ex, right? And then when they ask him, what is it that you could have done better in this whole situation? I just basically crunched about 2-3 hours or even 4 hours of story into about a few minutes for you. When they asked him and said, what would you have done better? He said, no, they said, what do you think you are at fault for? I don't like using the language fault because people get caught up in their emotions when you tell them they are at fault about something as opposed to, an opportunity to take responsibility, right? For the life you want to live, right? So when they asked him, what's your fault? He said, well, honestly, my only fault is that I was too loyal. All right. So then he went on and said, actually, the girl toasted him. It was a fine boy who didn't have papers. The girl ended up doing papers for him anyway. But they had one baby together. Okay. But he made this point that he was toasted by her. He moved in with her, meaning he actually drove across state lines to go move in with this lady. So I've shared quite a bit there. I want to know what your thoughts are. Brother Patrick, what are your thoughts about what I just shared?
The guy is an hungry lion.
It's an hungry lion. Wala.
I see all his characteristics. You want marry or you want to be fine boy. Which job the guy they do? Let them go put them for work for America.
Yeah.
Yeah, go straight. They collect. Somebody slip his phone number, a phone number on her hand. What kind of man is that?
Yeah.
Right. Doesn't even.
And then he came home to be honest. Say, I don't even entertain. I get this kind of numbers all the time.
Baola, it's not as if we are perfect. I have 99.9% to cheat. Anywhere you go, this is America.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But why do we have to do that? They say what is worth doing is worth doing well. That's that's how I live my own life. Yes, so the guy is not a serious guy.
He's not a serious guy. I mean, he said quite a lot of things that, I'm sure people will pick up later on. And
serious. But they've never kicked him out in the snow. It's good now. Yes, they said you are not taking anything. The lady will have called police. They kick him out.
He said he eventually walked out on the marriage.
He walked out.
Yeah, he said he walked out of the marriage. But they've been separated for 4 years and he's still going through divorce. That was one of the questions that people asked him and said, why is the divorce stalling so hard? Because people were starting to suspect that, you know what? It sounds like he was just there for his papers, just for his papers.
4 years. Why is he still talking about? Let him move on.
but he's not moving on, but he wants to educate a bunch of young men.
What does he do? Is he serious with his life?
Yeah, Kole work.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a law in this country. That's why I love this country.
You
can't eat your cake and have it. You know what I
mean? Yeah. He said he became a slave because he wanted documents.
What does he mean by God? Is he working? What does it mean?
Voila.
What do you mean become slave? I saw you know how many people have stood for. Yes, through the immigration. Yes, they have stand for them. So there are people that came in there, even students that came in. My last student, he came in as a master, met his parents, very responsible guy.
Yeah.
Come back to African America. When they were doing their paper, I was one of the guarantors that stood for him.
Yeah.
I gave him all my documents. Their family. He has his master.
There are families that have families upon families here now today because they've gone through this stuff.
He has got a job. So
yeah. All right. Yeah, I have a open floor here. Open floor. I'm just gonna pay some bills and then I'll be right back and then we'll discuss the last topic together before we bring in Lola. Okay. I'll be right back.